Hi Internet, it's Okarinaoftime and welcome back to my channel. You might have noticed I'm missing a little bit of face makeup, and I'm actually missing a lot of face makeup. That's because I only did my eyes. I'm going to tell you why. It's because I'm going to be reviewing the Luxie Wonder Woman face brush set. This came out when the movie came out back in May. I've been wanting this brush set forever. I'm a big fan of Luxie brushes. I actually discovered them through Ipsy, and ever since then I've gotten a lot of brushes from Luxie. They're super soft. They're all synthetic and cruelty free. I really wanted to replace my Kabuki set that I had that I got on Amazon back when I didn't know how to use a Kabuki brush, or back when I didn't know how to use brushes at all to apply foundation. But thankfully I bought these. I actually bought these because they were on sale. They usually exclude from normal coupon codes, so coupon codes that you get from Ipsy that are like about 20-30% don't apply to the Wonder Woman brushes. I've tried various times. Hasn't worked. But then I got an email from Luxie saying, oh, we were on Good Morning America and we're having 50% off some of our best sellers. And guess what was on it? This. So I got this maybe a couple days ago. I ordered it about 2 weeks ago. I've been waiting to do this review. I couldn't wait any longer because I really wanted to use them. Because they've just been sitting in my room like staring at me like, please use me. Let's get this open. So it comes in like a big brown box that was like nothing special to show on camera. But yeah, it comes in like a little plastic thing. And so it comes in this really pretty like collector's box. It has kind of like an Art Deco kind of vibe to it. In the back it just says Wonder Woman premium handcrafted brushes. Oh, premium synthetic handcrafted brushes. Bring out your inner Wonder Woman with our 5-piece luxurious face brushes. Brush set includes a Luxie 830 flat Kabuki, a Luxie 832 beauty buffer, 834 angled buffer, 836 tapered Kabuki, and an 840 fan brush. I've been really wanting a fan brush forever, and I haven't like pushed myself to buy it. I forgot to say this retails for $95. I got it for $47.50 with the 50% off coupon, which is a steal for 5 brushes and a compact mirror because it has like a Wonder Woman like shield themed compact mirror in the middle. So this is it. It opens up like that and it reveals this. But like I said, I really like the Art Deco on this. I kind of did my eye makeup inspired by the box with the red, gold, and blue, as you can tell. I'm going to start off with the flat Kabuki brush, which is the 930, which is just this flat top brush. This brush is so soft. The details of it are beautiful, and like it has a little bit of weight to it, so it feels expensive. I mean, it retails for $95. This is the mirror. It is like a typical mirror that's like, ooh, you can see the camera. But it's like one side magnifies that you can see every single little imperfection you have, and the other one's more of like an outward one. I love the design on this. It's beautiful. I like that it has kind of like, it's not only like the shield, but it's also like a pocket watch in a way, because you could just like click the little button. Looks very luxurious, which is like what I live for when things are nerdy but luxurious and fashionable and things like that. And that's what I always look for in clothes as well. If it's like nerdy but cute and like fashionable, that's what I love. And I'm so happy that a lot of makeup companies are making nerdy themed makeup products. I wish fashion could do that more instead of just having t-shirts. So I'm going to start off with using the foundation that I have been using a lot, which is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation, which I got for free through Influencer. I'm just going to put some on the back of my hand like I usually do. I'm not seeing any streaks. Sometimes I do get streaks with the other one, but with this one I haven't had any streaks. It picks up the product pretty well, and kind of just like puts it on my face, you know, like makeup does. So I'm just kind of like doing a second layer foundation just to get fuller coverage. That I haven't seen any streaking. I also forgot to put primer on. So if it doesn't hold up, it's not because of the brushes, it's because I forgot primer. So I'm going to be going in now with my favorite concealer, which is the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye. Very heavy concealer, like super thick. I'm very interested in seeing how these brushes will work on something with a thicker formula, while the Makeup Forever foundation is very liquidy. So I'm just gonna dab. Using the beauty buffer, which is the Luxie 832 brush. It's the same design, but instead it's a little bit domed, so I'm just gonna kind of blend that in to see if it does the buffering. It's doing a decent job. I usually like doing my under eye with my beauty blender generally. I usually just use the beauty buffer type of brushes and the angled buffer for my contour. I just like how the beauty blender works on those areas, just because I can like fit it better, while like this is a little bit too big. I don't know if the tapered one would do anything different. Let me just hear this one. Oh, this one's better. This one fits more in the contours like of my eye area. Yeah, this one was better. So if you were trying to blend out your under eye concealer, the 836 brush would be better. But like I said, it's the same thing with the flat top Kabuki. There's no streakage or anything, which I am very happy about. I'm going to set my under eye using that same taper brush because it fits perfectly on my eyes, so I'm just going to bake. It works with creams and with powder, so I like it. So right now I'm just going to look like a little ghost for now under my eyes until I finish my contour, which is kind of like what I'm excited to do. And for that I'm going to be using the angled buffer brush, which is kind of like the other ones except like it's angled. I might also use this for blush. It's a versatile brush. The buffer brush, I feel like it's also good to buff out contour. I use a small brush to place my contour, so I'm gonna do that really quickly off camera since it's not really one of the brushes that we're reviewing. So I'm back. I placed my contour and I'm gonna grab the angled brush and I'm just gonna blend it. Always when you're blending before using foundation, you kind of want to go up. I don't know if I did that with my foundation. I should have done it. I usually do. I was just kind of like... It's all blended out now. I don't see any harsh lines. There's a little bit over there. Yeah, it did its job. I really like how soft it is. The brush, like Luxie brushes make such soft brushes. But now it's time to take off this baking under my eyes. And I'm going to be using the Luxie 840 brush, which is the fan brush, which is super, it's like, because the other ones are meant to be a little bit more dense, because they are kabuki brushes, while the fan brush is just kind of like a powder brush. This is good for, I think, highlighting. It's good for highlighting, taking off, like, the powder you bake with under your eyes, and to even, I believe, to just put setting powder on. So I'm going to use it to take off this excess. Yeah, it might be a little too soft to kind of like, but I always wanted a brush that looked like this. Like, I kept passing at Ulta the NYX fan brush. It's like, no, I want to get the Wonder Woman one because it's Wonder Woman. I also really, like I said, I really love Luxie. Thank you, Ipsy, for introducing me to Luxie. Or would I have known who they were? I mean, I would have known who they were at some point if they came out with Wonder Woman brushes. Something I completely even forgot to mention in the intro was Justice League comes out in a month from yesterday, which is, today is the 18th, yesterday was the 17th. Yeah, Justice League comes in a month, which Wonder Woman will be in it, and I'm so excited. DC usually disappoints me with their movies, but Wonder Woman's really good, so hopefully Justice League is just as good. So I'm gonna use this to set my face. I usually like putting highlighter after I set. I don't know what other people do, but I usually like to set my face before putting my highlighter, just because I feel like I wipe away some of the highlighter when I set, or it gets like a little bit mattified and is not as glittery. So I like looking like a glazed donut. So I'm gonna kind of like coat it at all ends. Let me see if this works. I've never used a fan brush before, as you guys can obviously tell. So I'm just gonna try to set my face with this huge ass brush. Interested on how the fan brush would do with this. I'd say it did well. The final test for this brush will be highlighter. I usually match my highlighter with whatever my brow bone and inner corner is, but that is a ColourPop Super Shock Shadow, which is a weird formula, which I'm going to use that one with the tapered brush. I usually do like tapered brushes for highlighters. I'm going to use the tapered brush on the Super Shock Shadow, and then I'm going to just use a regular highlighter with the fan brush. I'm just going to dip in, which I'm going to be very careful with because there's colors around it and I don't want colors. Just going to kind of like dip one side, the middle, and then the other side until it's fully coated. I'm just going to usually when I use a taper brush, it's much more pigmented. I don't know if it's just because it's a fan brush. I'm going to go in once more. . You can kind of see it. It's not as pigmented as when I use a tapered brush. Actually, no, the light's just not catching it well on camera. I think the payoff was pretty good for the fan brush. Now I'm going to use the tapered brush, going back into Zuri, and like kind of like, I feel like using the fan brush would have been better for like my nose, where I don't want like that much of a highlight, where I just want my cheek to be more glazed on it. But for the sake of science, we're gonna go in with the tapered brush into Zuri and do both. It's way pigmented. Zuri is usually very pigmented. This is how I'm used to it being applied with a tapered brush, just because it's a little bit more dense. But, alright, so we're going to try the tapered brush on the Super Shock Shadow. As anyone who is a ColourPop fan, you know the formula is a little hard to use with brushes. So I'm interested in how this will do. Alright, it seems to be picking up the pigment well. I don't know if you can tell. I'm using Cheap Date by ColourPop, which is my favorite gold shadow, is what I'm wearing in my inner corners and my brow bone. Are you focused? Oh, can you tell? Oh, you can. A little bit. I'm just going to layer that a little bit with Zuri, just so I can get more of the thing I want, and I'm just going to go with the tapered brush, because the tapered brush seems to be working better for highlighter than the fan brush. The fan brush I need to like mostly figure out how to use. Yeah, that's better. See? That was the effect I wanted. That took me a while. Actually, no, I did get a bit of an effect, but not as intense with one swipe as with the tapered brush. Yeah, okay. Okay, so my final thoughts on these is I absolutely love them. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of Luxie. I've gotten them through Ipsy before, so I had like a good collection of them. Really good customer service. One time when I got one of their brushes in my Ipsy bag, I had it for like a couple weeks, and then I was washing it and some of the bristles came out. I tweeted about it and they responded immediately, and then emailed me about it, and they were like, I'm so sorry, this usually doesn't happen, and then they sent me a free brush, like replacement brush, and I was like, wow, like, you guys are a really good company. They're cruelty free. Yeah, they're super soft. The dense ones are dense but soft, if that makes sense. I didn't see any streaking in my makeup application. So a little bit of a overview again. The fan brush is really good for taking off excess powder and highlighting your nose. I wouldn't, unless you want a subtle highlight, I don't recommend doing it on your cheeks or like this part of the cheeks. I really enjoyed using the flat kabuki brush. Flat kabukis are usually my favorite to put foundation on. Beauty blenders are also my favorite to put foundation on, but these are great for foundation or blending out contour, but mostly for foundation. Now for the beauty buffer brush and the angle brush, buffer brush. They're both good for blending out your contour. They're also very good to blend out concealer on your nose and your forehead. Not really for your under eye because it's way too big. I usually like using smaller ones like the tapered brush. But these are great to have in your face makeup arsenal. And lastly, for the tapered brush, this is the most versatile brush I feel in the collection. This is good for concealer, to like blend out your concealer, and this can also be used for the concealer in your nose and your forehead and your problem areas. Like mine is really gray here. It's also really good for highlight. and it's also good to set your under eye. That's all. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe. At 100 subscribers or 5,000 Instagram followers, I will be doing a giveaway. So please share this video, make your friends follow and like and subscribe and whatnot. So thank you. Till next time. Peace.